There are times when life seems to be defeating us, when emotions become a fire within the soul and we seem to lose control. Is there a way to keep oneself from transforming into a completely emotionless person? Some people misunderstand Stoicism as being about indifference, but in reality it is not. We are not meant to become indifferent, but to learn how to wisely harness our emotions. Imagine being able to control and use your emotions as a powerful tool to achieve goals and live a happier life. Today, we will step into the world of Stoic philosophy to learn about 7 principles that not only help us control our emotions, but also transform them into a powerful weapon for personal development. Let's embark on this exciting journey together and discover how Stoicism can change your life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos now. Let's dive into the world of Stoic philosophy and explore the power of emotions with the first principle, rule number 1. Cut off toxic people from your life. The people we choose to have in our lives play a significant role in shaping our emotions, thoughts, and overall well-being. Just like a rotten fruit can spoil the whole basket, being in contact with a toxic person can drain the energy from your life and leave you uncertain about your own decisions, according to Stoic philosophy. One of the most important principles is self-control and protecting your inner peace. You need to understand that we cannot control the behavior of others, but we have the right to choose our relationships. Dean, a famous philosopher, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 tongue, so that we would listen more and talk less." This reminds us to be mindful of the people we befriend and to listen to our intuition. Toxic individuals can take many forms, from constant complainers and pessimists to those who frequently create conflicts or have a negative attitude towards life. They can diminish your motivation, disrupt your mindset, and even hinder your progress on the path to self-improvement. Imagine being in a situation where someone constantly complains about everything and frequently speaks ill of others. Initially, you try to understand and support that person, but over time you realize that every encounter and conversation leaves you feeling heavy and negative. After careful consideration, you decide to reduce contact with that person. You choose not to engage in negative conversations and instead spend time with other friends who bring positive energy. Stoicism emphasizes living a virtuous and meaningful life, where preserving inner peace and focusing on what is important is a top priority. This means that sometimes we need to make difficult decisions, like cutting off relationships with people who do not contribute positively to our lives. This is not about harboring hostility, but about recognizing that, for the good of our minds and spirits, some relationships may need to be severed or distanced. Eliminating these people will not only help you stay optimistic and motivated, but will also facilitate personal growth. You will have more space and energy to focus on your goals and improve relationships with people who support and inspire you. This is not an act of selfishness, but an important step on the path towards autonomy and spiritual freedom. According to Stoic theory, when you realize that each of us has the right and responsibility for our own happiness and peace. Sometimes that means staying away from negative factors, however they may appear. Remember, the journey to mastering your emotions begins with ensuring that your external influences align with your internal goals. Rule number 2, set boundaries and stop being always available. Personal boundaries play a crucial role in maintaining a sense of self. In many aspects, establishing personal boundaries is not only an act of self-protection, but also an important step in maintaining balance and inner peace. However, setting personal boundaries is often underestimated by people. Stoic individuals believe in the value of time and the importance of self-examination. As Seneca once said, "Nothing is ours except time." We often waste our time on others, responding to their requests immediately without setting boundaries. We send a message to the world that our time, energy, and mental health are not valuable. This can lead to exhaustion, envy, sadness, depression, and overwhelming pressure. It feels like we have left the door and windows of our house wide open, allowing anyone and anything to disturb our peace. Suppose you are someone who is always willing to work day and night for your job. You don't refuse any requests from others, and often feel stressed and tired when you apply this Stoic principle. You start to set boundaries for your time. You make thoughtful decisions and say no when you feel you've reached your limit and need private time. This allows you to no longer work continuously and have time to relax, leading to a more balanced life. Therefore, setting boundaries helps us recognize and respect our own needs and limitations. When we take the time to reflect and listen to our inner needs, we learn how to respond to situations wisely and thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally. This not only helps us control our emotions better, but also makes us more responsible in all relationships. Remember that setting boundaries does not mean you become selfish or uncaring towards others. Instead, it allows you to interact with the world in a healthy and sustainable way. Ensuring that you do not become emotionally and mentally exhausted when you control your time and space. You will be better equipped to face and handle difficult situations calmly and purposefully. Rule number 3. Don't love anyone too much. Love, a beautiful emotion, is where we connect to a happy and meaningful life that we always desire. According to Stoic philosophy, love and emotions are precious but loving. Someone excessively can lead to unintended consequences. Stoic philosophers who cherished emotional resilience often spoke about the danger of attachment. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The strength he refers to here is the ability to love without becoming overly attached. It is the strength to appreciate the beauty of a relationship without letting it define your entire existence. Distance in our personal lives. This lesson becomes clearer than ever. Imagine a situation where we invest too much emotion in someone. It becomes a double-edged sword, as we can become overly dependent and willing to sacrifice too much for them. This can lead to pain when that person does not reciprocate our feelings, as we hope it. Furthermore, if that person moves away from use or there is a loss, we may experience an unnecessary suffering. Stoic philosophy encourages us to love others freely and sincerely, while also valuing spiritual independence. This means finding a balance between love and self-reliance. We should not let our emotions depend on the actions or opinions of others. Instead, we should keep our souls independent and strong. But can you love without being easily hurt? Learn to love, freely control your emotions, and not let them dominate your life. We will become more patient, unafraid of change, and capable of calmly overcoming life's challenges. Remember that Stoic philosophy does not suggest that we become indifferent or cold. Instead, we are encouraged to learn how to control and manage our emotions for a calm and flourishing life. By mastering the art of loving without excessive attachment, you not only protect your heart, but also honor your spirit. You become capable of forming deep connections without losing yourself in them. This is the first step to truly becoming unemotional, where you can control your emotions and they do not control you. Rule number 4. Don't express your feelings and views in our daily lives. We often encounter situations filled with pressure and conflict. In such moments, we are encouraged to remain calm and composed, rather than letting our emotions and opinions flare up too fervently. Stoic philosophy often emphasizes the importance of inner calm and the danger of seeking recognition from others. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This statement underscores the idea that we should not overly rely on being acknowledged by others. Instead, true happiness lies in our ability to manage our thoughts and intellect, independently of others' opinions. Think about the times when you shared a personal achievement with others seeking recognition or their opinions. What did you often receive in return? Was it criticism, ridicule, or even mockery? Such experiences can hurt our feelings and undermine our self-confidence. Therefore, the goal of the 4th rule in Stoic philosophy is to help us avoid unnecessary conflicts and ensure that we do not cause unintended consequences in our communication instead of reacting impulsively when stirred by our emotions and opinions. This rule encourages us to listen to and understand others first. This not only creates a positive communication environment, but also helps us learn to control our emotions instead of letting emotions rise naturally and uncontrollably. We can manage them to ensure they do not dominate our decisions and lead to undesirable actions or experiences. However, this perspective does not suggest that we should completely suppress our emotions and opinions. Instead, we should find ways to express them thoughtfully and tactfully. This means that we should consider before speaking or acting, ensuring that they do not cause conflict or become uncontrollable. This skill is not only beneficial for maintaining stability in our relationships with others, but also useful in our everyday lives. It helps us demonstrate patience and wise choices in various situations, from work to family and social life. Rule number 5. Don't care for everyone and become less empathetic. Compassion. The ability to understand and share the emotions of others is often considered one of the noblest moral qualities of human beings. In a world full of touching and challenging stories of others, we can easily become overly authoritarian in our emotions if we are too concerned about everyone. Epicurus, the famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This understanding is especially true when it comes to compassion. Often we face difficult situations with the emotions of others. How we show compassion in these situations can impact how we live and bring about changes in their lives. Instead of being dominated by emotions and the situations around us, Stoic philosophy encourages us to learn to control our reactions. Compassion does not mean that we have to endure everything or take on everyone's responsibilities. Instead, it means that we need to distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. This rule encourages us not to put ourselves in situations where we feel obligated to help everyone and share all their difficulties. Instead, we should practice sharing and caring wisely. This means that you should focus on helping those who truly need your support and have the potential to positively change their lives. If you're an office worker and you have a colleague who is struggling with work, you want to show compassion and support them. However, you also know that you have been working hard all day and are feeling tired. In this case, you can apply the principle of compassionate selection. It is about choosing when to invest emotions and when to maintain a healthy emotional distance. By doing so, you protect yourself from unnecessary emotional fluctuations and ensure that when you decide to care, it is genuine, focused, and impactful instead of continuing to work all day and sharing all the pressure with your colleague. You can choose to proactively contact and support them at the right time after work. This helps you protect your mind and energy to continue working effectively and provide focused and helpful care when your colleague needs support. When we care too much about everyone, we can lose focus on ourselves and our goals. This can lead to fatigue and imbalance in life. Instead of becoming overly empathetic and losing independence, you can practice self-care and maintain the Stoic spirit of control and reason. By applying rule number 5, we can approach compassion with insight and focus on meaningful and positive actions. This not only helps us maintain control over our minds and emotions, but also creates conditions for positive interaction and support for others. What happens to you is not important, but how you react to it is what truly matters. Compassion in Stoic philosophy is not just about feeling, but about acting with understanding and control. Rule number 6, put yourself first and become straightforward as we approach the journey. Rule number 6 helps us build control over emotions and aim for spiritual elevation. It is essential that we prioritize ourselves and become honest with ourselves in modern life. We often face pressure from society, family, and the environment around us. This can lead us to put others and situations ahead of ourselves, making our emotions complex and even out of control. However, Stoic philosophy suggests that to control emotions, we need to first take care of ourselves. Consider the safety instructions on an airplane. You are instructed to put on an oxygen mask for yourself before assisting others. This is not only a safety rule, but also an important reminder of self-protection. In an emergency situation on an airplane, ensuring you have enough oxygen to breathe is crucial for maintaining alertness and effectively helping others. Prioritizing oneself also means focusing on personal improvement. We should not be overly concerned with the opinions of others. Instead, we should concentrate on self-development and becoming better every day. Sometimes setting boundaries and rejecting requests that do not align with our goals and values is also an important part of putting ourselves first. Furthermore, honesty is another crucial aspect of emotional strength. Honesty is not only about expressing our thoughts and emotions, but also the ability to listen and confront others' feedback in an open and constructive manner. When we demonstrate honesty in communication, we help eliminate misunderstandings and gain a better understanding of the situation. Honesty also helps us confront difficulties and challenges courageously. Instead of avoiding and concealing emotions, we can face them and find constructive solutions. This helps increase our emotional strength and promotes personal development. Remember that putting oneself first and practicing honesty does not mean lacking compassion or not caring about others. Instead, it is a way for us to contribute better to others after managing ourselves well. Adhering to rule number 6 will help you build confidence, create a more spiritually uplifting life, and gain better control over your emotions. Rule number 7. Embrace adversity and find strength in challenges. Life is not always smooth and easy. Challenges can arise at any time, from difficult work situations to issues in relationships and personal health. Instead of being afraid, we can learn to see them as opportunities for growth and maturity. Accepting difficulties does not mean giving up. Instead, we can find ways to make the most of every situation, even challenges, to become stronger in every challenge. We can seek our inner strength, develop patience and resilience, and learn from experiences. One of the important benefits of accepting difficulties and facing challenges is the ability to control emotions in daily life. We often encounter stressful, pressure-filled, and challenging situations that we cannot avoid. However, Stoic philosophy helps us build emotional control, maintain an optimistic and calm spirit in all situations. For example, when you face an important project with a looming deadline, instead of letting fear and pressure dominate your decisions, you learn to stay calm, focus on the task, and seek solutions. After practicing these principles, you complete the project on time and go through difficult situations confidently and patiently. Emotional control also helps us maintain better relationships with others. We can avoid unnecessary conflicts and demonstrate patience and reason in communicating with others. Marcus Aurelius, one of the Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is one of the most important principles of Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the power of controlling emotions in our lives. This principle highlights the importance of recognizing that we cannot fully control external events in our lives. The world can bring unpredictable changes, and there are situations that we cannot change. However, what we can complete. Like control is our mind and how we react to those events. When we realize that strength lies in our ability to control our minds, we become more confident and resilient in all situations. We are no longer slaves to emotions, but instead become masters of emotions. This helps us maintain an optimistic, calm, and steadfast spirit in the face of difficulties. With this final rule, we can build a spirit of patience and face life more strongly, while laying the foundation for a future that we are proud of. This is one of the core principles of Stoic philosophy to guide our lives and help us become better versions of ourselves. Conclusion: with the 7 Stoic rules to become emotionless, you have equipped yourself with the strength of a spiritual warrior. Let the fire of wisdom and determination inside you govern your life. Every difficulty and challenge is only an opportunity for you to grow and rise. Remember that life is constantly changing, and you are the one controlling your own journey. Never let negative emotions take away your focus and determination. You have the ability to control your mind and choose how to deal with every situation. Before we conclude today's journey, make sure you have subscribed to our channel so you never miss out on sources of encouragement and valuable knowledge about Stoic philosophy. We will always be with you on the path to conquering life. Remember to hit the like and share buttons to spread Stoic philosophy to more people. Don't forget to leave a comment below the video, or if you don't know what to say, leave a comment saying "encourage me," so we know you are ready to apply these rules to your life. Keep on the journey and always unleash the strong human within you to conquer each day. Life is like a battle, and you are the victor.